Welcome to Heal, Educate, Motivate, bringing to you a panel of friends who discuss about everyday life.
Hi everyone, what's happening? It is I here, Murakai, with my good buddy here, Burmz. Welcome to Heal, Educate, Motivate. Say what's up, Burmz.
Hey, what's up, Murakai?
I am fantastic. I am excellent. I am divine. Anyway. Okay, so we are going to be discussing this interesting topic. Okay, it's something I found many years back, and I thought that would be nice to discuss it. And the topic is the 10 Indian Commandments.
Plenty to unpack today.
It is plenty. Okay, so the 10 Indian Commandments, we're going to do number 1 to 5 in this podcast. And the next one, we'll be doing it from 6 to 10. Okay? Awesome.
Yes.
Ready, Burmz?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. The 10 Indian Commandments. Number 1, remain close to the Great Spirit. Burmz, you want to share in this one?
Remain close to the Great Spirit.
Great Spirit.
Wow.
Okay, so I guess we can ask the question, what is the Great Spirit? What do you think?
The Great Spirit, eh? I guess the Great Spirit comes in all forms throughout. Not just the Indian thing, and there could be, seems that a great omnipotent power reigns supreme through all faiths and beliefs, and it's a loving, kinding, great spirit that looks after all of us. I believe.
That's nice, yeah. And it is the 10 Indian Commandments, and this is the Native American commandments. And the way they go about it is they tell the stories that the ancestors told them for the next generation and the next generation onwards. And the Great Spirit can mean many things to different people. For me, it's like a great awareness that exists through everything and everywhere, and it permeates through all the universes, every cellular energy structure, and from the micro to the macro. And to remain close to the Great Spirit is kind of like sticking close to your big loving dad. Like just being next to your good dad, and you know what I mean. And being close gives it that nice, safe feeling.
Just imagine that matter is all little particles that kind of permeate through the world, and the Great Spirit is the binding energy that
connects
everything. I feel,
and that's amazing. That's beautifully said.
You know what I mean? It's the water to the flour in a cake type thing. What is the gluten? The gluten in the food. It just binds it, and it gives it. Not only that, it's more complicated than that. It gives directions. It's the rules. It's the rules of the alchemy and
And also, it's like, for me, the Great Spirit, if you take everything in existence, it's kind of like a womb, like you have this massive circle, just for example, okay, and the center is the hub, so that's the core of the Great Spirit, right? And it's like a womb, and from the core to the massive exterior to the absolute end is also a part of the Great Spirit, and nothing can exist outside of the Great Spirit. Everything exists within the grand consciousness of the Great Spirit.
You think everything outside of the Great Spirit,
it's like a barrier.
It's like dormant.
It's kind of like
it's dormant
exterior
matter will
barrier,
just lay
barrier,
flat.
Yeah,
it would just stay flat, unmoving, no life, no.
It's not really flat. It's like circles, obviously. And at the end of the Great Spirit, on the pyramid edge, everything exists within inside that, and then it's just evolving, it's growing, it's getting bigger and expanding, you see. So it's always evolving towards its next state.
Fantastic. And how do the Indian commandments
Like, how do you remain close to it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. How do they intend for us? How do they intend for us to remain close to the Great Spirit?
Okay, well, a few things. Number one, watch the wildlife around you, because the wildlife are purely connected, okay, to the earth and everything around it. And children, if you pay attention to children, you can see how they're like so bubbly, so loud, and they remain close as well. And in my opinion, it's only when you hit a certain age, in your life where it's like, okay, I gotta get down to work, responsibilities, and all that sort of stuff, which can distance the connection, but in no ways like you be completely isolated. You always will be connected to all things, and it just takes a realization or an epiphany.
So it's more like connect to the truer nature of the Great Spirit.
Yes.
And
all
by
things are of it.
understanding what the Great Spirit is and observing nature, observing children, things that are close to the Great Spirit, will allow you to go back to being closer to the Great Spirit.
It's kind of like when you live through your life, you hit through your ages, and you have that innocence, like the innocence of a child.
Freedom.
And having a nice little innocence, like if you're in your 20s, 30s, or 40s, and you have that innocence about you, you still have that little innocence about you. So yeah.
Living without fear, huh? I love it.
Cool.
Maybe through more of these points that they have, we'll get a better understanding of how we can be closer to the Greater Spirit. But it's a great way to start. Remain close to the Great Spirit. It's like dear commandments, we want to stay close to the Great Spirits.
Yeah, so pretty much is being connected to everything in all of existence. Yeah. Okay, Burmz, so I'm going for the next one.
Praise to the Great Spirit. Show great respect for your fellow beings.
I like this one. I really love this one. Okay, so if to give an example, we live on a planet with how many people? 6 billion, 7 billion plus people on this planet Earth. Our planet, we are sharing the planet with other people. Okay, so you're living through here. There's people around you, and you're sharing it. You're sharing it with them. Okay, so therefore, like, it's kind of like what you do within receives from outside. Okay, so you don't have to love everyone, because you don't expect everyone to love you. But there are fellow beings in your proximity, or if you go traveling, they're in another country, and respect takes you a very, very long way. Okay, and it's different if we said love everyone. No, it's not necessarily that's how it's meant to be. You see, like, hey, you want to add to that, Burmz?
Oh yeah, definitely. I know exactly what you're saying, Mark. It's not going out of your way of your everyday life to please people. People confuse pleasing with respect. Respect is different. It's in its class own. Pleasing people is, just going out of your way to compliment somebody, or, showing that you're overly concerned about their well-being. That is good too, but some people go out of their way to show their concern for others, and then they expect, that person to come back to them and say, oh, thank you for caring for me, this. But that person, they just want you to, it's a mutual respect. Respect is, it's just an acknowledgement, like not overstepping on your borders. Respect. It's giving somebody like a wave after they've,
It's kind
in the traffic.
It's kind of like okay, so you go about your day-to-day life and you see other people on the streets, and the respect could just simply be not inflicting pain on the people around yourself. I mean, it's kind of like you be you, they be they. and you say, yes, I'm here, yes, they're there, and just continue your daily bouts. I mean, families, the mother and father, they take care of the kids, you have shopping, and you go shopping. You don't want someone in the shops to like abuse you or be aggressive to you, you know what I mean? There's no respect there. But when you have the mindset that your environment is safe and secure, and you can go to the shops, buy what you need to. Obviously, there's going to be like 10, 20 people within the same shop, You just maneuver around each other, nothing offensive, don't be disrespectful to anyone, and
don't
you
push
get
your way through.
You just buy your groceries and come back home, and that's you still showing great respect for your fellow beings. You don't. It's just everyone's just getting along.
Yeah, absolutely. That's I was gonna say, Murumai, how do you find people when they walk around in public and they're talking loud and obnoxiously? Do you find that
yes,
is that a disrespect
yes.
you feel, or?
I mean, the other day I heard of a place where there's kids were being highly rude and obnoxious, right? And they have the bully mentality. Okay. And I'm thinking about why would one person try to exert a force to be overpowering to another person? And if you watch it, the way they pick who they're obnoxious and rude to is someone of a lower, weaker level of them. You know what I mean? So let's say this person's like 5 foot, he's not gonna go up to like a massive bodybuilder and pick a fight with a massive bodybuilder. No, they're gonna pick on someone that's smaller than them. They're gonna pick on someone that's passive. You see, so it's kind of like a weakless. It's like a weak mentality, and So and they try to push the little guys so they can feel some level of significance, but in reality, it's them lacking self-esteem, which causes them to be bullying.
Absolutely. So that's very important. Did you want to read the next one?
Yes. Okay. The next one. Give assistance and kindness wherever needed. Wherever needed. Wherever needed. Okay, that's the clause. Wherever needed. Wherever needed.
Give assistance and kindness wherever needed.
It's
hard. It's hard to wherever needed could mean like it's everywhere. It could be needed, but it's not overly needed as well. Sometimes overly assisting someone can take away that person's ability to perform the duty themselves as well. It could be something like, your grandma, she's been opening that bottle of pickles for how many years now, and all of a sudden you start taking over, you help her out with it. But what about the day that you're not home and you're not around to open that bottle? Then she's got out of the practice and routine of being able to open the bottle herself. So you need to know the line where if you're overly giving assistance and kindness, or whether it's really necessary. Yeah.
I mean.
So that's discerning as well. There, it's like self-reliance is quite important too, but offering assistance and kindness can be nice too. That's the way I see it.
I believe I might be a little bit naive or not, but I truly believe that every being here on this planet, they have their innate nature of love. I believe everyone's true nature is for safeness. It's for love. It's to be cared for, and I've noticed certain scenarios. I was once in the shops, and I saw this old lady, and she had a stroller, and she couldn't get the stroller up on the gutter, you see. And I was watching that, and I'm saying, wow, I would have loved to help that old lady out, just to get that shopping trolley above the gutter. And I'm just realizing this within me is like, that's my loving nature coming out, and a part of me is saying, no, don't do it. Let her do it herself, But there's another part of me that's saying, why not help? You see, help her out, I mean, some of the stories of where old people they're a little bit scared to cross the streets, you know, and it'd be nice if someone came up to her and said, "Listen, let me help you across the street," or even when you're with a friend, you're driving in the car and you see some car on the side of the road with the bonnet popped open, some poor person trying to figure out how to fix their car. I've been in that scenario too. You see, so wherever needed, and yeah, I'll allow all of you to discern what level is that within you. But yeah.
Actually, the other day I was in a local outdoor area, and there was a man eating some kind of food, and there was at least 10 to 20 birds surrounding him on the floor and on the chair, and they were all kind of like bullying him, you know. And me and my friend were sitting nearby, and we're also eating, but the birds, you know, wouldn't come and bother us. The birds could actually notice that man was vulnerable, and they could sense the fear in him, and they were really bullying him, right? So on my way over, you know, I asked him, you know, are you okay? Like, are these birds, are they your friends, or are they bothering you? You know, and then the man was a bit like confused at first, you know. I could see he didn't really, you know, he kind of gave me the signal, yeah, get you know, shoo him away, get rid of him. So I was like, you know, kind of like, I went, you know, gave them
a
little bit of a frighten. But you know, the best way to get rid of birds that are coming is to get little kids are the best when they run around. All the birds disperse whenever little kids come. But it kind of, you know, I tried to help him, and you know, in whatever way I could. But it's just, I did notice that the birds are only kind of prey on his vulnerability and his fear.
And I would like to add one more thing, right?
Even birds nowadays, come on.
I mean, like in schools, right? And there's bullying. There's always some level of bullying or some sort of threat level that's happening in schools today, right? And if what I learned is, if the bullying gets too much, there will be an intervention that'll stop that from happening. Yes. So I remember once I used to be bullied at school. And because I was a timid kid, you know, innocent, timid, and I'll be walking through my school, and this random kid will just jump on my pathway and push me. Okay, that was really aggressive. Okay? And this other guy, right, saw it happening. He started yelling, "Hey, if he does that again, tell me. I'm gonna smack the crap out of him." And the kid that bullied ran off. You see. So if it does get out of context, there will be some kind of intervention that'll come in and help you out. So there's a nature for that everywhere. Ready for the next one?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. You want me to say this one? Or you want to say this one?
Be truthful and honest at all times.
Wow. They do these little they do these psychological tests with kids. Okay, so one of the tests was there's kids that put them in a little test study. There's a room. The kid sits on the chair with a table in front of it, and the table faces the mirror, which the other side can see through. And the psychologist tells the children, okay, I'm gonna be out of the room for 5 minutes to get something, but until I get back, don't look behind you. Don't look behind you, right? And the kid says, okay, I won't look behind myself. I won't look behind me when you go get your stuff. And so the psychologist goes out of the room, and then they turn on the choo-choo train. There's actually a little choo-choo train behind them. So they switch that on, and the train is going choo-choo in a little track. And the kids, they look behind themselves. They go, oh, where is that thing behind me? Oh, it's a train. Oh my god! And then the door rattles. And the kid's like, oh, back to normal. And the psychologist comes in and says, oh, okay, how are you feeling? Very good. Did you look behind you? And the kid says, no, I didn't look behind myself.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like universal. You know, how they try to like play innocent and all that sort of stuff. and so it's like kids have it. Kids
It's so
they always
easy for them
yeah,
to
it's like
tell the lie.
it's like no, I didn't look behind me. And well, obviously, the observers were behind that mirror. There was actually a see-through glass, you know. Yeah, but in my opinion, be truthful and honest at all times with yourself. Okay, no matter how you are outwardly, it's your inner truthful mechanism which actually does. Which can teach you a lot about yourself. And if you're honest to yourself and if you're truthful to yourself, you can begin a process of healing and understanding and freedom. And like even couples, like so I heard, yes. So and the husband and wife, they gotta be truthful and honest with themselves while they're in the relationship, and they share each other about the relationship also. But don't take my word for it. That's something that I've heard about because that's my opinion. Don't get up on my back or anything like that. So, Burmz.
I guess you don't have to be too overly honest and truthful to strangers because you never know what kind of level of honesty that somebody can handle, you know? Whether, maybe somebody's version of honesty would be too much, you know? Like, your hair looks crap today or something, you know? Why does it shouldn't be negative honesty. You know, that kind of...
some people are like blunt and others are political.
That's it, yeah.
It's the limits of bluntness towards political. You know?
Sometimes a white lie is very, you know...
an innocent lie, huh?
An innocent lie can be okay.
And we are talking about the tribes of the Native Americans. So their social structures compared to the modern times can be slightly obtuse. Yeah, so anything else, Burmz?
So what we have next is do what you know to be right.
Yeet. Do what you know to be right.
Do what you know to
what
be
you
right.
know to be right. It's not to do what
Why
to be right.
do you know?
Yeah, so do what you know to be right.
You are a no.
You are right.
You are right.
Why do you know what is right? Are you right? Anyway, that's a personal joke we got, guys. Do what you know to be right. Yeah.
Live your truth.
Yeah.
You know. Do the mutual obligation.
Terrible, Burmz. Yeah, so what you know to be right could be from many aspects. Like I said, we're sharing this world with many people, and everyone has a different moral compass. Some moral compasses are very strict, while other people's moral compasses are a little bit more relaxing, a little bit more fluid and open. So it simply just comes down to your moral compass.
We did an analysis out of all of our friends group. And there'll be some, we're planning to have some of our friends here on the podcast as well. There's a lot of people that...
we have a friend that he's very direct in his understanding of how things are, and he always backs it up with his own personal fact-finding missions. While me and Burmz, we just talk from the heart, and we discuss from our own experience and our own adaptations and our own process of translating of our opinions and stuff like that. Yeah.
Go by gut feelings. Some people will go through their whole life based on the gut feeling. If it feels right, that's when they go through with it.
Yes.
Like Kanye, he doesn't go ahead with something unless it feels right. You know, he bases all of his music, all of his endeavors. It's all feeling. It's about feeling, and that's some people look down at that as a way of judgment, but I think it's using your feelings to judge things if you're in control of them. Could be it's very powerful too.
Yeah, I mean, also another aspect of this is do what you know to be right for yourself. That we feel that's a better way of explaining that. Do what you know to be right by yourself. Maybe it's a certain education you want to learn and you feel like that's right for you, or if it's a certain business idea you want to do for yourself and you feel truly that's right for you, or you go to the gym, or you exercise, or you eat a certain style of food and you feel that's right by you, and you know it, because you have that knowing that what you do is truly good for you or others around you, regardless. So discernment is very important. And that's it for now, everyone. That's the 10 Indian Commandments, 1 to 5. And we're going to go through the fun section. The ask question time. Questioning time. Not ask question time. It's questioning time. So
I got no more life to give.
Not in Minecraft anyway. And we're going to get to know us, and we're going to go for the next questions. Alright, till then. Hi everyone. Okay, so this is the fun time, asking the magic questions. Okay, Burmz.
Magical questions, here they come.
Or not so magical, just dull and boring questions. Okay, so alright.
How old were you when you first watched X-Files?
I was young.
And I did not understand.
Does this include today? Alright, so here's the
Where do you get these questions, Murakai?
These questions, I don't know. I really
You gotta let me take over the question section.
No, the question's fine. Leave it alone. Okay, ready. I'm gonna ask you the first 5 questions, Burmz.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Number 1. What's your favorite family tradition?
Family tradition. I guess the only one we really have is going to the water festival, which is like a once a year event. I'm normally in Australia, so we go to this one at a Thai temple in a place called Lumia, and they have a Thai Buddhist temple out there, so we go there and people, splash water on each other. When you're young, you kind of get the super soakers out and play water gun fights with all the other little kids, and yeah,
that's nice.
That's our tradition.
Today, like the water guns today are so cool, since back in those days.
Well, that's the thing. It's still going now. Once COVID is over, like that event will open up again. And
nice. I'm coming there with my Super Soaker 30,000.
That's it. And you can shoot at all the girls too if you want.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Number 2. What was it like growing up as the youngest, oldest, only child?
I'm the only child, so it was nice. I guess I didn't really notice. I always had my friends around. I never really stayed at home. I guess you only really know your own existence. I can't compare what it would be like to having siblings, but from what I see, I didn't have to really fight over anything. Like everything was I didn't have to share it. So food was there, food was mine, presents were mine, whatever, I didn't have to really share. So I guess that's my experience as an only child. Was there another question?
Okay, next question. Do you ever wish you were raised differently?
Not really. I don't know. I guess even as children, we kind of make our own choices. Like our parents can raise us however we want, but if we choose to go another way, there's nothing your parents can do, Like, I don't know, I didn't really spend much time studying or on school and stuff, so I don't think my parents, I would have liked to have done better at school, but I don't think there's anything my parents that could have done to improve that, I think that was up to me. So I'm happy, and I don't regret anything, really. I can't change anything. Okay. Next one?
Number 4. What's the best piece of advice a family member has given you?
Advice. I guess the main advice that I remember in life is don't just take things from other people. Make sure you also give back. My dad always taught me when I was young, give and take, Never just take. Always make sure you give something back to people that are nice to you. That was a simple one.
Okay.
I can't think of any other advice.
Okay, that's alright.
Nothing, yeah.
Number 5. Do you wish you had more siblings? If so, why?
I don't know, this kind of contradicts the other question on number 2. I'm a Gemini, so I could give you like a million different perspectives on how I feel. But I guess so, yeah, because on one side, like I feel like when my parents are not here anymore, I won't have that blood connection anymore, like a brother or sister. That's the closest kind of family you can have. Even though I don't know what that is like, but I guess we always feel like the grass is green on the other side, and yeah, I wouldn't mind to have some siblings, that way there's somebody I could talk to that really knows my upbringing, and they were with me there, from day one. So yeah, yes, I'll say yes. And I've also said why already. Okay, now it's your turn, Murakai. You ready?
Not really.
These ones are really personal.
Not really.
Jesus.
Superstar.
Jesus. Alright. Love. What's your favorite family tradition?
Pizza Fridays. Next.
Never seen that happen. Next. What was it like growing up as the youngest, oldest, only child?
Lonely. Next.
Wow, this guy's the one answer genius.
Thank you.
Man, like how long were my answers? It's like full. Anyway, do you ever wish you were raised differently?
I do not know. Next. No, just kidding. Nah, just kidding. So do I wish if I was raised differently? It's kind of hard to answer this question because do you know the hairstyle concept?
No, I don't.
Alright, this is something I realized while growing up. That we have there's a few types of hairstyles out there, right? And the one in specific I want to mention is the straight hair people and the wavy hair people. Straight hair people want wavy people's hair, and wavy people want the straight people's hair.
Oh yeah, I've heard this.
Yeah, yes. They want something that's not them. They always want to try the other side. As I'm growing, my hair is wavy. So when I was growing up, I always wanted the undercut look, but I can't get it. So my hair is wavy, okay? And then there's those that have straight hair. They want to have that nice wavy, shimmering effect, right? They have to use like curling irons and stuff like that, right? But they want to have like that kind of effect, and it's more difficult to have it. So if I want to be raised differently, I need at least something to compare myself to, which I don't really have. The comparison. They say only children are spoiled, and as I was growing up, I'm like, not necessarily. I had friends and they had siblings, and they had like 10 sets of basketball shoes, and I only had like 1 or 2. I only received gifts like maybe on my birthdays and on Christmas, mostly. Yep. And I don't know.
Another thing too, if you have older siblings that are older than you or younger, then those younger ones will also get more presents from their brothers and sisters as well. You got more people to be there at your party. Yeah, there's benefits. There's definitely are benefits. The next question. Let's move along.
Move along.
You ever...
Try again. Try again.
What's the best piece of advice a family member has ever given you?
Through the reflection of the mirror of your past determines your future.
Huh?
What?
What do you... What? Is that your answer?
That's my answer, yeah.
What is the answer again?
Through the reflection of the mirror in your past reflects your future.
Can you explain that to our viewers?
Do I have to? Okay, so this advice simply means is your past is like your railway track, and depending on how you tread through the past, and that regular routine and habits will determine your future accordingly.
And who gave you that advice?
My father.
Oh, very, very nice.
Yeah.
That is a very good piece of knowledge he's giving you. Okay, let's go to the next one. Do you wish you had more siblings? If so, why? Kind of answered in question 2, I suppose. The question.
I would really like to have siblings. I'm only child, by the way. Because the reason why I want siblings is so I could be an uncle. So it's kind of selfish at the same time.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, I would like
that is true. That's another great positive.
I mean,
thing.
I have seen. I have one of my friends. Right, he's got like 4 sisters. Okay, and when I visit his household, back in the days, it was always loud, screaming, and the girls are fighting with each other. And my friend's like, I gotta head there, get out of here. Okay, and the house is always noisy, but my household is just quietness. It's just quiet, you know. and I didn't understand the difference until I visited my friend's household back then. Back in those days. Now they're all married and moved along, but that was a very eye-opening realization.
Absolutely, yeah, you're right.
Awesome. All right, that's the question time answered. If you liked what you hear, comment, subscribe, like, hit the notification. Don't miss our podcast. You can if you want to, but if you love us, say hi. And Burmz,
we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. And also the outro. Don't forget, love is beautiful. You need it. It's healing. It's peaceful. It's loving. It's safe. And pro-life. And keep it going. Okay. All right. See you, everyone.
All life matters.
All life matters. Till next time. See you all.
Thank you for listening. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment your questions below. Stay tuned.